Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
As the wind blows in passing, baby, I think I fall in love with you. Where you go, when you're gone, baby, what you do? I know you've got to get your soul on.
So come, baby, don't be long. Come, baby, don't be long. Ooh, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha.
Whoa, ha,
Whoa,
ha,
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 whoa, ha,
ha,
ha.
ha.
Whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, 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 ha. Whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, ha, ha. Whoa, ha. Whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, 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 ha. Whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, 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 ha. Take it.
Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha, ha. Whoa, whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, ha, ha. Ooh, whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha. Queen and originator of the whoa, ha, ha, actually.
Exactly. Whoa, ha, ha. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. It's Jaden XD.
Yes, yes.
Pew,
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 pew, pew, pew.
We're back with a brand new episode. Sorry about last week. I had to go to Arkansas, California.
Oh my God. You did. You went to Wisconsin,
I did.
Sacramento.
Yeah, exactly. So, do I start now and just share?
Yeah, you might. Yeah, let it out now. Yeah.
Okay. So, if you have been listening to us for a while, you know I've had an uncle that has passed away during COVID, and I also have an uncle who I tell stories about on Patreon who lives in a tent in my mother's backyard. And it's because it's circumstantial. It's whatever.
It's a choice.
He smokes cigarettes. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Tent Uncle, as you all listeners have called him, he is nearing the end of his life. And more specifically, he has elected to, or voluntarily, or have assisted EOL. I think that's what it's called. End of life. First of all, I didn't know that was still legal, but apparently it is. For those who want comfort care and not like to be resuscitated or anything like that. So it's been complicated feelings because where my uncle, as I've jokingly talk about him, he also was a very complicated person and also he was that one in everybody's family, right? We all have that one. And so it leads to a bunch of complicated emotions and feelings and complicated conversations that you have to have with people.
Yeah.
That has been super draining and super taxing emotionally and mentally. So I will say, if you are a well-wisher and praying person or any of those things, just don't send them my way. Send them to my mother's way. She's the one that really needs the strength right now.
Yeah.
And so, just if there's content, a little lull in content, just know that a lot of my, gotta handle some family stuff,
Yeah.
And you know how it is when niggas die. Like, when people die, even if it's niggas you love or you hate, there's so much bureaucracy when it comes to dying. But I have a funny story. Because, slaves had fun too, Jade.
Yeah.
I do want to I do want to point out, Jim Cornette's dog passed away, and and the whole episode was about that. And what was very important is something I want to share with you all. Like, a lot of times, this job is a dream job, and like, I love the fact that I get to come here and talk to my BFF and just talk shit for like hours and hours on a day.
Yeah.
And this has provided me some peace and solace. So I do want to say thank you to all who have reached out. And if you knew, you knew. And if you didn't, that's okay. You don't have to reach out now. It's okay. I'm
all right.
inundated enough. Just nod, think, well wish, and, all that.
Yeah.
However, story time. In the spirit of Slaves Had Fun too, Jade, I had to go, when I went up there, to go see him for one of the last times I will see him. And so I go in there and he's like, don't come in here if you're going to be sad. I was like,
Mood.
okay, nigga, like, because he brought up this idea of like, I'm dying. Why do you want me to be uncomfortable?
Yeah, no, that's
And I was
real.
like-
No, that is real. Tighten up.
T-Bone. Right. But anywho, he was talking about, when I was talking to him, he lost his phone. And so he was like, people keep calling the hospital. He was like, it's getting frustrating. So me and my mother had a conversation about getting him replacing his phone or getting a prepaid phone. So I have never bought a track phone before.
Oh. Sorry.
I have never
A burner.
purchased the closest thing I've ever had to a prepaid phone was when Nextel, I kept my Nextel phone and then I added Boost to it. Because I swore I was never giving up my Nextel chirp.
This is the second time Nextels have come up this week. This is the second time, because Kia was talking about how her mother used to, she's like, how there's no warning with the chirp? I was like, and the chirp worked on the train. Let's be clear.
Sure did.
But she
I
was
talking
like,
to the train.
she was like, how there was no warning really? She was like, I'd be in class or whatever, and my mother would just come through. Takia, there's mashed potatoes on the stove. You need to stir them, okay? And it would just warm up that pot roast on 350 for 15 minutes. And I was like, why does what is, I wonder what the messaging is. Why is Nextel coming up twice this week?
I don't know. Maybe because we all need national walkie-talkies.
I'll get to that.
My mother brought it up. She wasn't wrong.
Listen.
She wasn't wrong.
Oh.
But anywho, so I'm looking online at Walmart. I'm like, go to Walmart. I know they have them there. And so I'm looking and I'm like, so she asked me a question, and this is where the funny part comes in. So she goes, well, how long should I get the service for? And I was like, well, girl, not long.
Yeah.
So it was like we both had to laugh because it was like, well, girl, he gonna be out of here in 30 days. So
in the spirit of dark humor, XD Chris Rogers and I were on the FaceTime. I was checking in, seeing what was going on with the situation. He was telling me all the things he's telling you all right now, including the time or how many minutes for this phone. Now, XD has told us you know, also in addition to everything else, like this nigga don't like nobody for real. So, so as he's telling me, hey, Chris Rogers, well, you don't need the minutes for long. I was like, I'm so sorry, because my intrusive thought was like, well, who you gonna call? Because he don't like nobody.
Yeah, and don't nobody like him.
And then it just led to us in a very like twisted TikTok content.
Yeah, it definitely was. But but yes.
Now I just got the thoughts about that lady whose daughter died. Damn.
Yeah, which is another. I don't know if they mentioned this on the Friend Zone, because they all follow this person. Yes, there you go. They all follow this person. But there is an account. You probably have all seen it. There is this person who has done the same thing. They're voluntarily ending their life due to like bipolar disorder and a lot of mental health issues. Mm-hmm. So they've moved to Amsterdam where that's legal and things. Okay. And so they're having this like 180 dinner thing. So they're having dinners with strangers from across the globe before they choose to end their life. Yeah. I mean, it's just a little jarring because it's a little jarring because they're doing a countdown. Oh. And so I'm like, so when we get to 10, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's so ominous and dark.
Beyonce just popped up in my head. this is... yeah. Speaking of the Friend Zone, shout out to Dustin for a sold-out solo comedy show. I mean, what a feat. We were going to tell you niggas to buy tickets, but there's no more. So...
The Dustin Hive is massive.
Let me tell you something. Thick, deep, potent, you know what I'm saying? Showed up and showed out. So I will be in the building, as well as all of you niggas, on St. Patty's Day to see Dustin do his first solo live stand-up show, long overdue. So congratulations to you, brother. You are doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
That's the nicest shit I'm gonna say to you on the air too. So soak it up, put it on repeat, nigga.
Before we go on quickly, Dr. John Paul's book, Black Fat Femme, please go pre-order it, go check it out. It's coming out soon.
Go support.
A link is in the link tree. Go buy
banned books.
Yes.
Because you know they're going to ban that bitch. I'm telling you right now, Dr. John Paul, they're going to ban that bitch quick. You know what? I'm going to do it for her. It's banned. It is. Yeah, ban that shit. And we're going to go buy it. So.
Exactly. Tell them to carry it at your local library and all that stuff so people get access to it, because there's so many people who identify or meet at the same intersections as Dr. John Paul does. And I feel like it would be beneficial in this time of necessary education, right? And narrative, that we really put that over. So go buy that book. Also, Durand released the album.
Yes, he did. Congratulations. A talent.
Yeah, Ghost Dream Bloom. He has a music video out featuring our brother Kid Fury.
Yes, he does.
Just can't seem to get it right. How the hell did I get overqualified? How am I?
Yes, so go stream and buy and all that. He's also going on a world tour. So, and I will say the Creole lady don't have that many dates. So.
No, let me tell you something. Speaking of which, do you know who just got off a world tour? And I looked at the full scope of where they went, and I was like, God damn, I have never seen this before. Motherfucking Bianca Del Rio. Bianca Del Rio was on a world tour, and that bitch was hold on, wait a minute. Let me just show you. It was so jarring. But yes, go support Durand. Durand is so fucking good live. If you've never had the honor of seeing him solo or seeing him sing background, whatever stage he's on, his presence is large and it's in charge. Booyah. So go make sure that's a treat for you. You know what I'm saying? That's self-care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, also, we were on Black Fat Femme, the podcast, 2 weeks
we were.
ago. If you missed it. We were talking about Black music and things, Blanthams, Black Anthems. That's
Look
what
at this.
it was.
That's everywhere this bitch
Oh my
went.
God.
You see this? That's crazy. Nigga, that's nuts.
That's why she's very rich.
Very rich.
Like,
Okay.
she is
Didn't that bitch live in Malibu?
She live out in Palm Springs, but she owns the home in Palm Springs. Because the queens, the divas like to tell you that they're a homeowner.
Oh,
And
which I'm
Palm
not.
Springs ain't
Let me
nothing
tell you
to,
something.
sneeze at.
When I become a homeowner, you niggas are going to be the fuck sick of me. I don't care if I own a shoebox. I am going to be so excited that I purchased something in this day and age as a millennial. Then you won't be able to tell me shit. I'd be 53. I don't give a
Okay.
fuck. Like,
Yeah. I watch House Hunters so often, and there are so many older millennials or young Gen Xers who are like, I'm finally able to purchase
my
a home.
first
And they'd be
home.
like 50. And it's like, that's crazy. Before we go on, Michelle Trachtenberg died today?
what? Harriet the Spy?
Yes, at age 39.
Oh, no.
Right.
Well-
and they say natural causes, which that's wild to say for somebody to die of
Wait,
natural
what?
causes at age 39. Now, she did look sickly. She has been looking a little sickly, but, Hollywood,
I haven't
Hollywood's a dark
seen her in
place.
so long, so I don't.
yeah.
Child,
But
you know who I
yeah,
did see? Millie Bobby Brown. She's my age now.
Really?
That ass, I swear. I swear to God. She came out and she looked like who did it she looked like Suzanne Summers in this picture I seen.
Oh, my God.
It was crazy.
That's
I was
wild.
like, time hop.
Before, I have one more thing before a major thing I need to talk to you about. That I need to
I gotta
all
talk to you about some things. Yeah.
But before we go on break, I was on Virtual Big Brother.
Yes. Did you win?
All Stars 2. No, I did not.
Did LaToya win?
No, she did not.
Oh, well, boo, nigga, boo. Sorry.
I think I made it to Final 5 and she made it to Final 4.
Okay.
Like, we were back to back.
Okay.
I want to say, if you go on James Rogers' Instagram, I'll put all that stuff. You can see clips of my wrath because in the wrestling business, I turned heel. I said, I'm kicking ass and taking names. And shout out
you a
to the Agents
villain?
of Chaos. Oh, I was. And the Agents of Chaos, I lied and shit. I was bluffing. I was like, I'm exposing all of y'all's secrets. I didn't have any secrets. The Agents of Chaos were in the chat. They were like, ooh, XD, they hate you, bitch. Like, he's up. Because my first season, I got axed early. So I was like, I need to make an impact. And this is if this is All Stars 2, I'm gonna have me an Alaska moment. So, there was the winner who won. She's a drag queen. She's a 2-time winner or whatever. But because it pissed me off because I was like, she already won and y'all don't want to play the game.
Oh, she's the All Stars, all winners.
Yeah. She's literally.
Yeah.
And she's a drag queen. So shout out to SB. But I had a really great time. And shout out to all you agents who came out and supported. It was a really, really good time. It was a nice distraction from all this nonsense going on.
So how does work? Like, what do you do?
Okay. So it is 12 to 18 people in a house, we're all on Zoom.
Okay.
And we play games. And whoever is a winner of a particular game becomes head of household, which means, just like in Big Brother, if they're in a house, so you would become the head of household. And you are, as a head of household, you are tasked to put up 2 people to nominate for eviction. Because it's a numbers game. You're trying to get niggas out the house.
Okay.
In Virtual Big Brother, it's a lot of typing and Instagramming and on Zoom and private messaging so you can, like, get people on your side like you would do in Survivor. Since there's no tribal council or anything, you do all the things. Everything is done through Zoom. James had us, write things on cards. we had to like guess songs. So like he did like one season he did medieval versions of Negro songs.
Oh, yes. Like
So
Candy
it was
Shop.
like, yes, but it was in medieval. It was like in like piccolo, like
yeah.
yeah. This season he did like 50s versions of modern hits. So it was like I don't know, whatever Negro song du jour, but it was like pepped up with like Motown.
Like Doechii,
and stuff like that.
but you know, make it the swim.
Oh yeah, like Yin Yang. Oh, there was one that was Yin Yang Twins, the East Side Boy. It was Get Low, and it was in like a 1940s doo-wop type of thing. Because I remember that's the one I won. That's when I went head of household the second time.
Okay.
But
okay.
anywho,
I'm like, what would I
it was a
even do?
good
I would
time.
lose just off the strength that I can't find a chat.
So that was Latoya's problem.
See? And she more tech savvy than me.
Latoya said, I have to talk to you on Instagram because I'm so nervous of using the wrong thing. So she talking to me on Instagram while everybody else is on Zoom. But we had a good time.
Before we do our announcements and go to break, in lieu of news, because I told y'all some weeks there will, it's going to be potent, and then some weeks I'm going to direct you all to the links in the description box. Also, where you will find links to continue to educate yourself, which I want to encourage you all to do this week, because there have been some new developments of the goings on in Sudan. And so there are some links there so that you can go and do some further reading and find out, for yourself what's happening. But I just wanted to direct you all over there. And then also, I know this motherfucking video is floating around on the internet. Have you seen it?
It depends which video.
There's
a lot of videos.
It's an AI. Oh no, it's an AI video, completely AI generated, but it is on the Orange Goblin's page. Officially,
is it about
turning Gaza
yes.
into Vegas?
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I'm not trying to acknowledge that video. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Please continue to keep in mind that blatant, disgusting, and ridiculous content like that is an intentional distraction from the continued actual hate that they are carrying out through policy change and just slicing niggas' jobs like prices, and rolling things back like Walmart. Like, all of that is a distraction. And so while it is easy because it is egregious and disgusting, and we also look like the biggest fucking joke. We just look like a joke. We've already been hateful, but we look like a joke now. Please keep in mind it's a distraction. Don't allow it to rage bait you. That's what it's being used for, and don't give it the power to do so. And I just wanted to share that this week because and then I was like, you know what? This is the motherfucking president. And this is on the page. Like, I can't even give this energy. Like, I can't give this to them. And went on about my business. So I just encourage you all to do the same. That doesn't mean don't pay attention. It means pay extra attention. But don't get swept up. Exactly. Don't get swept up in paying attention to the wrong thing, which is the thing that they put right in front of your face. So
yeah,
that's it.
With that being said, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. We are with you each and every week here on the interwebs, anywhere you get your podcasts. Subscribe to us on Patreon, $12.99 or $9.99, whichever you choose or fancy. They're both the same content. One is just a love one, and the other one you get everything else. Yeah. But subscribe to us on YouTube, where we'll be covering, where we will be covering Survivor 48.
Yeah. We fucked up last season.
Yeah, Blacks Watch Survivor is back, and it won't be behind a paywall. It will be fully on the Tuba View. Everybody knows is my favorite television show. I've seen every episode, and it's my 25th year of watching.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Jeff I've learned almost 1,000 niggas' names. And I was talking to Chris Rogers. I was like, it's so interesting how I know first and last names of so many like cast members of Survivor, but birthdays of my own family. I'd be like, I don't know.
You know, perspective. And you made me watch Survivor. I never in my life. You can recall what?
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, please.
I wasn't going to say anything like that. I was going to say I could recall like Rachel's name, Rachel Lamont, but again,
that's crazy. What season was she on?
She just won. That was the one.
Oh, is that what we watched?
47. Yes.
Which one was Rachel? Oh, yeah. The half Asian one. Yes.
And see, that's my point. I recognize so many contestants like that have gone on to do other things, like Jatia, who you'll come across at some point if you ever go back and watch. Because you got to watch them like Drag Race. Like, just pick a season and watch. Like Jatia was on House Hunters once with her white husband, and I was like, oh, you would have a white husband because she lives a hard wig, soft life kind of thing.
The worst kind.
I also need you to watch, there's a season with Tasha. You would love Tasha. One of the best Black winners that did not win. Like there's Sari and then there's Tasha.
And you keep bringing up, I need to watch the season with Taj.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tokachins. And that is such a great season. I actually cried.
Oh.
Wait, season.
What?
Right. Because of Taj, actually. Because of Taj, there is a great emotional scene. Even you might shed a tear. And I was like...
I didn't cry at Wicked, and everybody told me I would, so...
Why would you cry at Wicked?
Okay, so we're the same.
Okay. Pay the bills.
Yeah.
YouTube, subscribe. It's freer than you and me. I'm taking on clients again.
Yes.
Some of you have reached out. Thank you very much. Join our Discord. The Agents of Chaos have built a wonderful community. We just have the platform, and they do everything else. The moderators, they self-moderate. They kick niggas out who are spam, who don't belong there.
Yes.
We have gotten some new international listeners. Shout out to you all from South Africa.
Yes. Make me sweat, make me holler. And do the little booty pop. Who's my breath? Make my water. Or whatever it says. But yeah, shout out to y'all.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's take a break. And we'll be back with more Jada XD. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
A few weeks ago, I visited the site of an ancient asteroid strike in Central Australia. It's spectacular and very, very daunting. If a similar asteroid were to strike today, it'd be curtains for us all.
And we're back.
We should do a live show in South Africa, Johannesburg.
Yes.
Jada XD go to Joburg, right?
Yeah, put us at sea. I don't know about flying there, but
put us at sea, nigga. And I want all the what's it called? What's the oven that y'all be making the meat in? Bray. I want that
clay oven thing.
Yeah, nigga. I want all of that. I want everything.
Yes. I thought this would be the last time I would do this, or I said this the last time, but it's not. But it's Tiffy time.
But that bitch died. I don't know what.
No.
She been so quiet.
So what was this? At the time we were recording this week on a Wednesday, so yesterday was the primaries for the Democratic seat or Democratic Party for Dalton Township, or the village of Dalton, excuse me. And Tiffany Henyard lost.
Tiffany Henyard was a no-show for her election night party after it became clear that she would lose in a landslide. I did speak with her by phone. She said she accepts the election results. She said, "The people have spoken, and God must have a different plan for me."
The gentleman that won 88% of the vote. Do you know how many votes Tiffany Henyard got?
12%.
No. She received, because there was other people on the ticket.
Okay.
She received 536 votes.
Out of how many?
13. Well, the winner had 13,000.
So basically, her coven are the only ones who. Okay.
Her nigga and her
And
mama's
her cousins,
family.
yeah.
And her cousins and maybe
Third,
niggas she
second,
went
and
to
third.
school with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not even all of them.
All the tenants in her property management portfolio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anybody that she has something on.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
is hilarious.
My girl, Tiffy is no more in Dalton. She's still the mayor until April.
Okay.
She still has a chance if she gets... The only thing that she could do now for both Thornton and Dalton is if she wins through write-ins. Like if the village
they ain't doing
or
that.
township is doing a write-in,
They're not
like
doing
a
that.
groundswell of support for Miss Henyard.
Or voter
they would
fraud.
have to write in. Yeah, that too. But I don't know if she has access to Elon Musk and Starlink and all that stuff. So
Don't. If Eric Adams does, Tiffany
and
Henyard
don't get me
does.
started on
I hate
that.
that egg face ass nigga something serious. Do you hear me? I pray for his downfall, nigga. I pray send him to Middle Earth in a jet.
Like every time he comes on my screen on YouTube, I have a new racial epithet.
Yeah, absolutely. I've remixed.
I can't say what I said the
No.
other day, but I will say I started out with Mudskin. I cannot stand him. I don't like the LA mayor either because she's on bullshit too.
I know.
Like,
what's happening? It's like all my black landlords. And it's the last day of Black History Month. What we doing?
first of all, okay. And I bring this up because I have a fear that we will have another wildfire event.
Oh, no.
Actually, starting tomorrow, the Santa Ana winds are back.
No.
So, and that is what happened the last time. The Santa Ana winds are a wind event that brings on like up to 100 miles an hour of wind in various parts of Southern California, where I live. And that is what sparked the Palisades and the Eaton fire last time. Anytime there's a heavy wind event, it's going to spark some wildfires. Last time this happened, Karen Bass, the mayor, Mama was in Africa.
Yeah, she was on Bacastion.
Yeah. And everybody is like, why were you there?
Like, bitch, you're on holiday?
Yeah. And she's like, well, I didn't know the winds were coming. And so I was watching the news, like the local news, and they were reporting, and then the anchor stopped, and he was like, now, wait a minute. Y'all watch us. Like, I know y'all watch us. Because that's how if y'all are in running, y'all have to watch us to see who gets called if y'all want or not. So you are sitting up here lying to me This white man was so upset because he was like, yo, you were lying to me. What the fuck do you mean you never watched it? And Chris Rogers and I were like, that's true. We are the most like, I have my emergency alerts turned off because I don't believe in that. But like, I knew that we had Santa Ana winds coming. So how this heifer who was tapped in.
Hold on, pause.
I was trying to talk through that.
No, nigga, no, absolutely not. I am not letting you slide on ignoring Amber Alerts. What a terrible
I've had them turned
person.
off since 2017.
Oh my God! All the children you might have come in contact with, you could have saved
children,
them.
senior citizens.
They're all gonna come haunt you. All those kids are gonna come haunt you.
If I don't haunt them first.
Oh my God!
Yes, I've had this on like every time, and it'd be so embarrassing because I remember when I was working in New York, when we were in like this bullpen, and so everybody's shit went off, and everybody's like, "You didn't get that?" I'm just looking around like two bottoms in the bed, like
you should have said, "I got a burner." Not you feet over here like fuck that milk carton.
Yeah, like that's too much anxiety. What am I gonna do with that?
Yeah, what I'm gonna do? Nigga, how many? I just saw 7 white pickup trucks. I don't know.
Yeah, what am I gonna do? Like, even if I was in that danger, I don't know if like what I want an alert sounded for me. Because I'm like, by that point, what makes you think the burglars ain't gonna get that shit too? Hello,
right? You know they got an iPhone.
Exactly. So like, I don't know what we're doing here. Y'all are making the plot very hot.
I was not letting that go past. That nigga said, because I have my Amber Alerts turned off. Or my fucking emergency.
You could ask. Any people. You can
don't
ask
doubt
Rogers,
you.
You can ask my homegirl Alexis that work that
I don't need to verify because I know you.
Why am I going to disperse my peace with somebody else's anguish?
You're part of the problem and the solution.
No, I'm not. I'm part of the solution because if I kept it on, because also, and I was justified in my having it turned off because they sent out false alarms during the Palisades and Eaton fire. So we was getting up at 2 a.m. And of course, just And what am I doing? My phone was just silent, dead to the bed.
What happens
just
if
like
you
I
was down to the Pandaria and Lil Rosa on the line is actually kidnapped? And you was the only nigga who could have saved her.
So let's put things into perspective. What about me looks like I would be the right person in this scenario? Y'all, me fight? Me.
No, it's true.
I am very much
It's
Joan
because you're big
Clayton.
and black. I know you are. Sidebar. And I can't even be. I'm not Tony because when that nigga came and we thought we were all about to die at Crystal's birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
XD took his big
King
black
crash
ass
out.
to the back. He was like, I don't fight. And here I am like, come at me, nigga. So, I'm 5'4".
Feel like Jackie Christie.
Yeah.
Come on, bitch. Come on.
Start patting my pussy, everything. Oh God, we are very opposite in that way, but but you're right. Nothing about you says fight me.
No, not at all. Outside of my presence, but that's just because I'm just tall and black.
Wait, hold on. I have to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
You and I have been duped.
Oh, someone stole from us again.
We're aging. Wait, who stole from us?
Oh, I thought you were duped as of like.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Someone's duping.
I don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
There is no Erewhon in Brooklyn. Remember we were looking it up and we were like, there's an Erewhon in Bushwick.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
It was photoshopped.
Oh, wow.
We have been Facebooked. We fell for false information.
Wow. We got catfish.
We got catfish real bad. Like, where are we? That's like, today my dad called me. My dad, my dad called me. He said, Jade, I need your help with something. I was like, what? I'm sorry. I can't get myself together. My sister would be so mad if she heard this. So my dad called. He said, Jade, I need your help. I said, what's up? I sent Denzel Washington a message on Instagram. Wait.
Why?
Oh, I'm getting lightheaded. So I was like, and you know how matter of fact my dad is, first tourist, but you know how matter of fact he is. It's like when he got his first house and he goes, you know what, I'm gonna get a pet goose. And we were like, why? He goes, because they're meaner than dogs. What do you mean? Like, it was a dumb question.
Great.
So he's like, so I sent Denzel Washington a message on Instagram. And I said, why? He goes, because I like his personality and I wanted to. Like,
That's such a parent thing to do.
Right. I was like, you don't know him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he said,
I just need to let you know.
So he says, he responded back. And I was like, oh no.
Oh, God.
I said, he goes, I just need to see if this is real or not. And everything in me was fighting, saying, like, I can tell you right now without knowing anything that this is not real. But I was like, Daddy, send me the screenshots and I'll let you know. So he sends me the screenshots of the messages, but he cuts off the fucking name. So I was like, send me the name that you are messaging.
Yeah.
So he sends me the proper screenshot. This page is like Denzel.Washington.
Oh, fan page.
Like private.message. Like if you want to get a hold of Denzel immediately.
Yeah.
I called him back and I said, this is so fake, Daddy. Like, this is like so unbelievably fake. And he was like, okay. I thought, like, when I got the message back, I thought, I don't know. It was a long shot. I was like, why are you messaging Denzel?
In the first place, even if it was him.
Right. Have you ever used Lyft?
No.
You've not. Do you use apps in general?
No.
No apps.
I'm analog.
You're a no
I
app
embrace
guy.
my inner analog.
You have a cell phone, I assume?
Yes.
So I said, okay, yeah, I said, and I need you to go in and block that person as well, because you all are like, them responding to you and pretending to be Denzel Washington is not sitting right with my spirit. And then I got off the phone and I said, how old is my dad now? Like, my dad was young yesterday.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's going to be me.
I have found myself, when I was visiting my mother, I found myself looking at her and looking at the mannerisms she was doing, and I was like, oh, should I do that?
Yep.
Like, and I'm like, oh, this is what I'm going to be like.
Not to mention that you look, my God.
Dead ringer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It blows me every time. It's crazy.
Christina's me in a wig.
Dead ass.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
But yes, raising parents is such a thing, because I tell my mother every other day, get off that fucking site. Like, it is the worst thing. And then, like, I don't know. She knows how to work Facebook more than she does her own phone, which is wild because she works at Apple.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
They're like teenagers with it.
Yeah. And I'd be like, it's so interesting. But to your point about this, I know we're going to have to watch this on the ABC show, but there's an episode of Catfish with Cammie, who you've never seen. But, like, there's this older lady who fell for Chris Brown. I think that's Chris Brown, somebody like that. Somebody famous.
Oh, no.
And they're like, auntie, girl, mother, this is not him. And it found out to be some some scammer from another country. If you know, you know.
It's already starting for me, honestly, because I'm doing Noah's Black History Month speech in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Still working on that.
Today, you're giving it, actually.
Yeah, as you all are listening to this. Whatever.
Like right now.
Yeah, I'm probably giving it, about to give it, or have given it already. And I asked her today on the commute, I was like, so what do I... Like, what are y'all into? Like, what are some little anecdotes I can add? Because I don't know what y'all like. And she was like, oh, you can add some skibbities and some rizzes and some alpha, omega, sci-fi. I don't know. Like, she started speaking Klingon, nigga. And I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to incorporate that into a speech?
Yeah.
And then I was like, is it me? Am I the outdated one?
Why, there are no children here at the 4-H club either. Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
No, they speak in Na'vi like an Avatar. Like, it's so wild. I don't know what the fuck they... Like, because the Sigma thing, I've been trying... Like, skibbity, I still don't get, but I assume that is the automatopoeia they've turned into a slang.
Yeah,
that's what I've
guess,
gathered.
yeah.
Because when you poop in the toilet, that's what it sounds like. That's what I gathered from when I did my research.
Okay.
Riz, I got is derivative from charisma.
Yes, which I like. And that came from that was a black boy who originated that anyway.
Yes. The Sigma, Omega, Alpha, Sigma, Beta, whatever the fuck.
I don't get it.
I have had this office like Charlie Day in fucking... I'm like, where does this go? And I don't get it.
I'm really trying to figure out what I'm supposed to talk to these niggas about.
Well, speaking of YNs, if you don't know what a YN is, you'll figure it out. But there was a conversation on Blue Sky about YNs and the ages that they are. Somebody was like, oh, I'm 25, I'm not young. And it's just like, oh, yeah, you are.
No, you are a YN,
Yeah, you are YN.
Well, you don't have to be a YN. See, because YN is almost like Instagramian, but in a different way. That's all the niggas who listen to music that sounds like... Y'all
wear skinny jeans.
And and they have like their braids, like, that have not grown all the way, but they wear them, like the Travis Scotts and the things.
They're all very skinny people as well.
Or they got locks.
They don't eat properly, and it's all like a diet of bonk and like Sour Patch Kids and nuggets. But I happen to be in an Uber, and my new thing in Ubers is to just put on Shazam and just see what they give. And in the spirit of like, I don't know what these young people are saying, I'm going to send you a screen cap of all of the songs that were played in my Uber.
Out loud?
So you can read them out loud. So hold, please. Because I laughed at this very last one. Okay.
Creep by Kalan Dot Frufra.
Tryna hurt a nigga feelings. And that pussy worth $1 million. And she know I'm tryna spin it. Put the bands to the ceiling. Yeah, I know you a freak.
Freaky T by Tia Corine. One word.
I tell that nigga, Frankie like a baby, carry that on my hip. I just need a sip, cause shawty got me shook. Got me pleasure, fall back for it. I give that bitch a list. Money on my house, give a fuck about my wrist.
Drop the Blunt by Oh, I don't think I can say that.
Fucking on my bitch, I ain't tripping on that shit. I'm in this bitch, I'm getting rich. I'm too busy getting dough, and she too busy getting flipped. I'm too busy fucking hoes, she too busy getting dick. I can never trust a bitch. Damn, I can't trust none. I can never cuff a bitch. I just can't be dumb again. I'm done with that love shit. I'm done with it, I'm done with it. And I dropped the blunts.
Nope. Let's say chunk.
Yeah, there we go. Chunks. Because it's got an X in it. Maniac by Low Shimmy.
I got a droughty piece of fine, I ain't made it yet. Try not to bust her down so hard, she my lady yet. Fighting for your love just like a maniac. They ain't think I get this fine, I ain't made it yet. I got a droughty piece of fine, I ain't made it yet.
Practice.
I will say Drop the Blunt was the tune.
I'm going to play a snippet. Don't worry.
Okay.
Practice by Rio the Young OG.
A 6 and an extra 2. Oh, your brother from the Regencies, I can't mess with you. I'm in a trash bag, now y'all niggas in a stove bag. Seen Mike with a half a boo and bought the whole bag. I feel like Joe, I got a bunch of hoes like for show, man. Can't believe Michael Kidd sold the drink, man, I'm so mad. I just left out niggas' hood, I'm finna go back.
Ears Bleeding by Cash Kid. That's the most normal name, I guess. Okay, so...
You want me on your track? If I breathe, that's a rat. You want beef? Getting whacked in the lead, in a rap. Yeah, bees in the trap, catching Z's on a jet. Fell asleep in the vet, like it's fleas on my pet. Yo, bitch, just like Jeffrey Dahmer, she gon' eat me to death. Turn you to the Aaron Fox, put that beam on your chest. Yeah.
Mind you, this YN was playing this at full blast. And look at the times. It's 8:30 in the morning.
Oh.
Mind you, I was on my way from the dispensary, but that's not the point.
First of all, the fact that Drop the Blunt is not even on title. Hold on. It's
too cootie for me.
Wait, is this a black person? Who's this? This is their name?
I don't know. With YN tunes, you're not always.
Niggas be telling us, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Niggas got motion. What they say, we got motion. But I feel like, nigga, we could be way bigger than that.
Oh, they sampled Wiz Khalifa.
It's just a waiting game.
It's a track off of Taylor Alderdice. Oh, I sound like a Owen.
Yeah. An OB.
Only thing I smoked was good cake, man. I can't even eat shit. I just dropped the blunt. Somebody fucking on my bitch.
Why don't they rap on the beat?
Yeah, we are OBs.
We're OBs. They're YNs and we're OBs.
Never trust a bitch.
Yeah.
Why don't they rap on the beat?
Because that's skibbity. I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, let me look up some. Hold on.
Let's take a break and then we'll come back with more. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Their numbers are infinite, and they're hitting Earth all the time. Most burn up in the atmosphere, like this one filmed in the 70s. But the big ones get through. This is Wolf Creek Crater in Western Australia.
And we're back. Jade is searching for YN tunes.
Yes. Okay. Drop the Blunt. Next one. Okay. Let's see. Which one else? I can see how that could be the jam, but this nigga rapping the way that he was in that Silk the Shockerish way was stressing me out.
None of them rap. I want to say none of those songs, none of the rappers rapped on beat.
Let's look at Maniac by Low Shimmy.
Okay.
Maniac, Low Shimmy. Now, there is a YN that I have just recently become acquainted with, but he don't sound like a YN, and he raps on the beat. His name is, Big Plug XXX.
Oh, yes.
Something along those.
He just went to jail. He actually just got locked up. So.
Right. Okay, put a pin in that. Hold on. Maniac by Low Shimmy.
Hello,
A Killer Jack film. There's ass. Okay, no, I got to get to the music. Oh no, see, I can't listen to that off of the tone. Okay, nope, no, I'm done with that immediately.
But yes, that I was turned on to some YN and Cooney tunes.
Well, did you enjoy any other ones outside of?
No, but I can tell you about some Black content that I do enjoy. That's new. You have to get into it. Like, I am so interested in your thoughts. You have to catch up because today is episode 3. So, for the first time in over 20 years, we have a brand new soap opera.
Oh.
And it is a Black soap opera.
Okay.
On CBS called Beyond the Gates with Clifton Davis, Tamara Tooney.
What?
And some other heifers.
Beyond.
What I tell you, Beyond the Gates. What I tell you, Jade, I forgot how much I love soap operas.
Good morning, Mrs. Dupree.
Have you spoken to Danny?
Danny was blindsided by Bill and Haley's affair. Well.
Because they are so ridiculous and so, like, nonsensical. But
trying to see if there's anybody on. Okay. Are they dead?
What? No.
It's not in heaven?
No. Beyond the Gates. They're at a country club.
Oh, Maryland.
So basically, yeah, it's literally like Real Housewives of Potomac, but in like soap opera form. Also, did you see Karen Huger going to jail?
No, for what?
DUI. You know, this is like her 4th DUI. Why is she allowed to drive?
She's the one with the mole?
Yeah, Granddad. Yeah, the Granddad. Who happened to be on this very first episode of Beyond the Gates. So check it.
What? Wait.
Beyond the Gates is a daily soap opera on CBS. You can watch at 2 p.m. It involves a well-to-do Black family, the Duprees. Anita Dupree is the matriarch. You could tell the description was like Beyonce at 60, like, because she has the Beyonce wig and everything.
Okay.
Like, she is an EGOT and everything. That's who's her. And she has children. She has 2 daughters, and they're well-to-do. One daughter looks like Robin Dixon, and she's a psychiatrist who's married to somebody Black. He's really fine.
Okay.
And then her other daughter looks like Lady Egyptian from the Parkers, and she is going through a divorce. Or she's just getting divorced, and her nigga cheated on her with her daughter's bestie.
The fuck?
It's a soap opera. And then have the nerve to get married at their family's country club that they own. And buying a house in the same neighborhood. Then a white girl on the show was the Black girl's realtor of like the mistress. And she ran and was like, let me go tell my Black friend now that the contract's cleared, I got my money. It was like, ooh, bitch, your hater is moving down the street. It was hilarious. So then in the very first episode, old girl that looks like Lady Egyptian, she has like it's classic Dynasty, and she punches old girl in the face. But you have to watch Beyond the Gates. It is amazing television.
Okay, so that's an investment to watch a soap opera.
It's something, but keep in mind, you can watch it once a week at the top of the week and be recapped.
That's true. That's true.
You know, you can always dive in. It's not like you would ever miss anything. And if you did, they'll tell you 900 times.
I'm watching a soap opera now. I'm almost done with it. True Blood. Because that is a soap opera. Like, by the time
it is.
I was like, all right, vampires, okay. But by the time I got to like season 4 or 5, I said, oh, this is a ridiculous soap opera, but now I just have to see the thing all the way through and figure out, what happens to everybody. But it's honestly, like I know there was a lot of hype around it. I can, like I said, I'm a see it through bitch. So at this point, like I'm invested in the characters and I'm like, so what happens to you? You know what I mean? But ultimately, it's not really a great show. Is that
I started watching after Eggs died or left.
Okay, I was like, is that?
So that's like season 3. So
it's not bad, but it's not like it's not a great
HBO
show.
has a problem of they don't know when to leave well enough alone sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Hollywood in general doesn't know how to do that. Like, they could have ended at season 3. It would have been fine. Same thing with Game of Thrones. They could have ended at season 7, retooled, like
fine.
take an episode or 2 from 8 and put it there and fine.
Yeah.
Like, I even think This Is Us went too long. But that's...
Oh, no. See, I think This Is Us was so well done.
It was, but...
No, I hear you. But this show here, I'm like, when they start bringing in vampire Jesus and vampire, like military, like top flight security of the world. Like,
when they had vampire Commander Fred.
Nigga, I was like, right. I was like Stabler. And then
yeah.
It was so, and then vampire Jesus Stress. I don't know, because she's Jesus Christ. Yeah, Jesus Christ. But the vampire was Lilith. She's
Lilith. Yeah.
She just popped up, and I'm like, this has gotten ridiculous.
Yeah. Hollywood again. It gets to a point where it just gets ridiculous and this falls off the rails. Like. That's how it was with Walking Dead. I'm like, okay, I gotta see it through. I'm in it, and then it goes off the rails even deeper than it already did. And it was just like, all right, I'm out.
See, I don't know, and maybe we're the problem because upon further review, I need to go back and apparently try to get through the first couple episodes and into. What was it we were talking about was boring? Not Bridgerton, the other one.
The Crown?
No, the other one. The Crown is boring.
The Crown is good watching it in clips on YouTube.
Don't watch that shit at night. Don't watch that shit at night. No, the one, no, you know the one, nigga. The New York, Building New York. Like, Building New York.
Building New York.
With the Vanderbilts.
Oh, the Gilded Age.
The Gilded Age. Thank you. I was like, what's it?
Surviving Vanderbilt.
Selling New York.
The Rockefeller.
So apparently the Gilded Age is good. And I just have to it just starts a little slow. So I don't know, friend.
So I am a proud patron of public broadcasting service.
Yes.
And
as you should be. Oh, yes, and Jeopardy, by the way. Oh. How do you write that into a plan? Like, how is part of your plan to get rid of CBS? Like, how?
Or PBS, yes.
PBS, I'm sorry.
I'm getting rid of PBS. I'm getting rid of Sesame Street, nigga. Like, that's why.
Like, how is that a part of an actual plan? Anyways, I'm sorry. See, I told you all, I'm not listening. Go ahead.
Yeah. So they put out a couple years ago a documentary on the Gilded Age.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, Jada and I had this conversation about that horrible ass show. But, maybe I need to get, reacclimated with the history, because maybe if I know, I'm a big history person. So I'm like, if I get into the lore and the history, I'll be in it, and I'll be like trying to do compare and contrast. And
have you ever been to the museum here that gives you the whole history of the city?
No, I've only been to the only New York City-ish museums I've been to have been the Grand Central one and the Tenement Museum, which is down on the Bowery. I mean, I've been to other museums, yes, but as far as New York City based, those are the ones I've been to. But the Gilded Age, that shit was boring as hell too. It also taught me that this is the birth of global warming.
Yeah.
The Industrial Revolution.
Absolutely. What do you mean?
And all of that was like,
absolutely.
Oh, this is.
Let me tell you something. Old rich white people are the cause for global warming, from expansion, quote unquote, to convenience, such as single-use plastics.
Technology.
You know what I'm saying? The milkman used to come with the glass bottles, come pick up the glass bottles, refill them, bring them back. These niggas said, no, we're going to produce plastic. And so we got milk. First, we started with cartons, right? That's paper, that's good. Then these niggas went to plastic jugs and so forth and so on. And so, yeah, they are absolutely the decline of this world, or the decline of humankind on this world, because the planet is going to regenerate and boot us the fuck. So that's really what that is.
If it don't explode.
Whatever it's going to do.
Have you ever thought we could just be, you and I just randomly talking in the middle of recording, the earth just clunks out and we just all vaporize? Like, we just be like...
Damn, the episode's never going to come out.
We could have died. How would they know? It wouldn't matter. We'd all be gases. We'd all be gases in dust, in atoms, in a void.
Okay, let's turn this. So, Rolling Stone... Because I just...
But yes, go watch Behind the Gates.
I'm not ready to die yet. Yes, let me go watch...
Yeah.
Let me go attempt, you know. Rolling Stone had a hot, stinky take. They did like the top worst songs from the best artists, or I don't know. I can't tell you the exact, but it was something like that. It was the worst songs. I'm gonna ask you this: what are your top 5 favorite Michael Jackson songs?
Solo or with the Jackson 5 or with the Jacksons?
For all intents and purposes, solo right now.
Okay. Favorite?
Mm-hmm.
Man in the Mirror.
Okay.
Baby Be Mine.
Okay.
That's the Jacksons, but Blame It on the Boogie.
Okay.
And probably let's just say Butterflies for right now.
Okay. All right. You didn't. I thought you were gonna list this one, but it's fine. You'll still, I feel, agree with this. They said Michael Jackson's worst song was "Lady in My Life."
So listen to my heart, lay your body close to mine. Let me fill you with my dreams. I can make you feel alright. And baby, through the years.
Oh, so that's that one with Paul McCartney.
Oh, absolutely. Hands down. Hands fucking down.
And that reminds me, I don't like that shit that Stevie Wonder did with Paul McCartney either.
Neither do I. Ebony and Ivory. The worst
I don't like
song he has ever. I hate Ebony and Ivory. I hate Jungle Fever. Dustin hates these 3 words, which I don't hate. Oh, and you already know. Like, I know it's a terrible take, but I hate Happy Birthday. Do I have a tinge of guilt? Maybe like a small current of it running through me when I say that? Sure, maybe. But Happy Birthday. I'll sing it because I feel like it's culturally important, but I hate it.
I hate it because we sing... I hate it because we sing it in lieu of the regular Happy Birthday song.
Oh, no, that's the reason why I fucks with it.
Oh, no, that's the reason why I hate it. Because I'm like, I get it. It's for Martin Luther King. We should have a song to celebrate MLK Day.
Yeah,
like, I
exactly.
feel like every holiday should have music.
No, the concept of it is dead on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. Because back to Eric Adams. This nigga up here compared himself to Jesus today.
Wait, what?
And so, Yes, child. You got to go. Don't watch the news. It's the worst reality television show ever.
Beyond the Gates, Eric Adams compares himself.
Oh, I can't wait for you to watch Beyond the Gates.
Jesus.
Because you're going to have a time. It is mess and nonsense. There are some things you're going to have to suspend and get over because I'm not going to tell you about.
Wait a minute. First of all, I didn't even know Yahoo News still did that. Anyway.
Yeah. I still have a Yahoo Mail account. Because, you got to have, just in case Google shut down.
No, you're right. Let me go back to Hotmail. Let me see if Hotmail still makes accounts. Mayor Eric Adams is facing backlash after invoking a comparison to Jesus and calling Black leaders who have urged him to resign Negroes who need forgiveness from God during a Black History event Tuesday at Gracie Mansion. This is a biblical moment, Adams said to Cheers. When Jesus was on the cross, he said, God, forgive them, for they know not what they do. All these Negroes who are asking me to step down, God, forgive them.
This is a biblical moment. When Jesus was on the cross, he said, God, forgive them, for they know not what they do. All these Negroes who are asking me to step down, God, forgive them.
That's so fierce. Like,
that's so fierce. So fierce. Yeah, okay, right?
Yeah. That's bold, Mama.
I wish I was there. I think I would have. I would think I would have been like, Mother! Because at that point, what you do?
What can you do?
What can you do?
There's no arguing
I'm gonna be mad.
with anybody that level of delusion.
Right. This is what I'm saying about that. That video is so crazy. Immediately I started getting hot, and then I said, Jay, this is fucking ridiculous.
20K and some land. It's all the same to me.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Yeah, I might be a fan. I don't know. I don't.
Listen, if you are able to dupe so many people, evil is so fierce.
It prevails.
What
do you mean?
It prevails.
What do you mean?
Evil wins.
Every time. Who are the most appealing people on Batman? The villains. It wasn't Batman.
Yeah.
Who's the villains?
No. And honestly, Batman was the truer villain. If you really want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. He was a major capitalist.
Yeah.
Classist and egregious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ageist too, because he could have retired Alfred.
Yeah, he could. Yeah. Yes, indentured servitude.
Did you know, speaking of servitude, so, Morris Chestnut got a new show?
No. On where?
It is a spinoff of Sherlock Holmes that he's playing Watson.
Word?
A Black Watson.
I like
on
that.
Paramount. CBS.
Let me tell you something. Paramount shows, they are getting the majority of my, where I'm watching outside of, Max. But I have not even stepped foot on Netflix or Hulu or any of those.
I only watch Netflix on Mondays because that's when Monday Night Raw come on. Otherwise, or if I'm trying to watch The Parkers because it's a comfort show for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. All them emails you see come through, that's them two niggas out there. It's never me.
Yeah. Also, I just started to try to watch Jamie Foxx show again. Yeah.
I enjoy it. He was part, that was part of my black rewatch.
Out of all the Black shows, I know we put over Living Single often and Girlfriends and stuff, but I love the Jamie Foxx
I did too. I do too. I love Jamie Foxx because I just find him to be so talented at literally every iteration of everything that he does.
But, you know what I miss?
What?
I was watching the episode of The Golden Girls, and there was the episode where both Blanche and Rose were tap dancing. Mm-hmm. And we were talking, I'm like, remember when celebrities and stars used to be encompassing everything. They can dance, they can sing, they can act. Jamie Foxx is that. He can do it all.
He can play the piano. That nigga can sing. He's funny. He's a good actor. Like,
yeah.
Although this Netflix special was interesting, but I support him. You know what I'm saying? I just really enjoy Jamie Foxx and find him to be an immense talent. But I'm gonna tell you what my most unexpected but favorite rewatch was, and it was the Bernie Mac show. Like, I love Bernie Mac. I don't think I remember. I didn't watch
the. It was a lot more heartwarming than.
Yep. And it was a lot more progressive than I remember it being, and then what you would think it would be for a Black comedian of a certain generation.
Yes, because I actually was under the impression that, you know, when you watch Kings of Comedy, it is some homophobia there, right? However, if you watch his other stand-up and he's talking about, he does the joke with the milk and cookies and stuff. He does talk, yeah, he talks about, like, I don't care. This is just the experience that happened. And he wasn't phobic like that. He was just like, well, I'm a nigga from Chicago. What makes you, I got to process some shit. You know what I mean?
And honestly, we got to put things in perspective sometimes. There's a nigga from Chicago.
Yeah.
Of a very specific generation. That does not mean you allow hate. It just means for your own understanding, so you don't get yourself hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I hate, like, these younger people who are, like, trying to, like, combat old people about not understanding whatever,
Sometimes they're not going to get it, beloved. You can keep explaining it to them. They got to be respectful.
Right, and it kills me when, like, the people are, like, attempting to understand, or they're just like, I don't get it, but I love you, and so I'm just going to attempt to learn that. But sometimes, I know for some, they'd be like, tolerance is not enough, and I get that. But there's also sometimes folks got to be within reason, right? Like, with my grandmother, I wasn't going to tell her I was doing all this, and when she was like 86 years old, like, I'm not doing all that.
That's right.
I'm not, you know what I mean?
And you're like, I'm not losing nothing for it. You know what I'm saying? But maybe for somebody else, it's important to them. And it's not to police anybody's, what they need. But it's just literally sometimes you have to, you got to zoom out for yourself and put things in perspective and figure out, okay, how is this impacting? Now, if it's impacting you in a way, if somebody's being disrespectful, harmful, reiterating propaganda that is harmful to the community overall, those things need to be called out. I don't care how old you are. You don't get to do that. But, other things like, other things.
But also dissenting opinions and that aren't hateful or... just because life is hard doesn't mean that everything is triggering and like an attack on who you are as a person, right? Like there are often times where people are trying to understand, right? And they may slip up and all of a sudden you are phobic and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, I'm just trying to, it's for clarity, right? And people in the queer movement are very delusional when it comes to the rate of, like, activists in general, regardless of what...
I'm not speaking on that. I'm not touching that.
I will say activists in general have come up with, like... I think I told you about this. Like, I have a problem with, like, certain language of, like, in movements because they're so lofty. And I know some weird white bitch with purple hair named it who has no attachment to whatever movement. They just go to school and study them. And so, like, these terms and stuff get, like, convoluted and, like, bastardized, and they become, like, personality traits.
Yes. Yeah.
As opposed to living in this world of understanding, it's about bandwidth and capacity.
Oh, that was anyway, didn't mean to go there.
Sorry. Yeah.
I think that's a good place to end it. Oh, let me tell you before we leave. This is a terrible way to end Black History Month. Maybe not. It's not technically a Caucasian activity, but once upon a time, that's what I would have labeled it.
Okay.
I did a cold plunge.
You get up early.
Yes.
You get up at 3:30 in the morning. You work out. You do your stuff. I hear you cold plunge. Is that the first thing you do in the morning?
I've now consistently cold plunging.
Oh.
Yes. I did.
Okay.
I did a sauna. I went with my homegirls. I did a sauna. Did the sauna, the warm pool, you know, all of that, the steam room, did all the hot things, and then ended it with a cold plunge. Refreshing, nigga.
Oh, I know. I go like every other week.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even know you.
I get a scrub. I get a body scrub, and I do the sauna in the club pool and the sauna and the cold plunge. That's way get my skin together.
Yeah, no, that was nice. I was like, I will be, and it was good for my system. Like my system felt good. I mean, obviously that shit. Initially, I was like, oh, this is the motherfuck. But when you learn, my homegirl taught me how to breathe through it. Yeah. Then your legs hurt. I was like, this is what Rose felt like in the Titanic. Her, and, you know, when she was laying on that door, like, it was just.
I gotta tell you the journey I went on through the Titanic.
You watched.
So during this bout of depression, I have been watching a lot of YouTube, and I found a YouTube channel that's dedicated to the Titanic. And this white guy, he goes through like all the lore and all like the true shit about the Titanic. And I always was like, what is white people's true obsession with the Titanic? Like,
yeah, what is
get
it?
Get over it.
Because where were they going?
To New York.
It coming from where?
Like they were coming to white motherland. It was the commercial liner. It was the cruise. Like it was 1912. They was like, okay, we fancy, we coming to America, you know.
They was coming to live, or they was just coming to visit? They was on the Virgin Voyages.
It was a cruise. Yeah, it was a cruiser liner. So that's how they traveled. So it could have been like for stay, because there are some people who were coming to visit because some of the survivors were like, okay, I stay with my sister who lived in New York or whatever, and I'm waiting for this new ship to be built so I can go back home or whatever.
But
or
then
some just stayed.
The poor Irish people at the bottom of the boat, they was coming over here to come live. Because I can't imagine they was on vacation.
Yeah. There are so many, like in the movie, there was cast and classes on the ship. In the Titanic movie, they only talked about like the very poor, barely, or the very rich. No one talked about the second class, which was actually very, very nice. They talk about like the myths and stuff of like the movie. And apparently there's been several movies, and like the first film of the Titanic film was produced and put out a month after the shit sank. So like it was like a silent film in 1912. And so like the survivors of the Titanic were livid. They were like, fuck you, bitch. Like, how are you doing a whole movie? Because one of the survivors on the ship was an actress. And so she tanked her career by doing this like Sharknado-ass Titanic movie. And
was a survivor on the ship. God. And you said it was a silent movie, so niggas are watching this movie and they're like...
It was 1912. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Literally a month after it's saying, they produced a film. And this lady was in it. And it was awful.
What's the show I watched recently? What was I watching? Oh, Elsbeth. You know, legal shows like oftentimes will take from like real cases. And there was an episode recently of Elsbeth, again, another Paramount Plus show, very good, where she was investigating a murder for a bunch of billionaires who were going to space. And they were like in this prep.
Oh, so like the
submarine, but it was space instead. And then one of them ended up killing one of the other, like, doing something or whatever. But they'll do the same thing, and it's like, I'm sure those families are probably like, that's fucked up. But like,
Yeah.
That Titanic shit was so crazy though. Of course somebody's gonna do something fucked up like make a movie off it, but a month later is crazy.
A month later in 1912 is wild.
Like that's like how do you like? I want it. Like how do you?
There was voyeurs and bastards back then.
I was like, that's the TMZ of movie making in 1912.
That's literally the equivalent of like, ooh, let's film this as it's going down.
It's the equivalent of first on the comment.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Like that's nuts. But
That's fucked
yes. We're back, y'all.
Yeah. We just had to do a
go on to
little
our
catch up.
Patreon. Yes, go on to Patreon. There's stuff there. YouTube, Survivor. It's gonna be a wang dang.
Yeah. Twilight Zone. We watching Mob Wives.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we have a good time on Patreon. You all really. That's where the real party is.
Yes. So. Go join.
Go join. Make sure you check out the links in the description box or wherever you're listening. Again, for world news and things to keep yourself updated on and abreast of, and ways that you can assist and donate if you have the means to do so. And we'll see you niggas next week.
Bye.
Yes,